Got back with ex-girlfriend who dumped me. Been together for months, but having second thoughts. So, in August 2021, this woman, 25-year-old, left me for another man after she and I dated for 2 great years. We planned to move to a new state together. She accepted a job, I put in my notice at work, and whittled down my belongings. She had left about 1 month before me. We talked every day, multiple times per day. I packed my truck and I am driving across the United States. Second day into my drive, she calls me and tells me she met someone else, so that was the end of it. I was a mess and didn't know what to do. I wandered around the US for nearly 3 months, sleeping in my truck, staying with friends, family, and then I decided, fuck her. I am still moving to that town. I am the one that wanted to move there for the past 6 years. So I moved there. A month after being there, I bumped into her and her new man in a parking lot. I drove away after making eye contact. She chased me down, claiming she knew I was in town because she saw my truck. Also claimed things were over with that guy who was in her car as we talked for nearly 45 minutes while the other guy sat in her car waiting. We ended up meeting for a beer and started hanging out more. She told me how much she regretted it and all of that, blah blah blah. We have been back together for almost 4 months. I'm really happy with her and she's my best friend. I really feel like she is sorry for what she did. I just cannot seem to shake the fact that she left me for a guy to have some fun, had a 3 month fling, and now I feel like I am just okay with it. Sometimes thoughts just eat at me and I feel like I'm an idiot for giving her another chance. Other times, I dream about our future together and how happy we were. I am really not sure what to do. Maybe a break? Maybe talk to her about it? We haven't brought it up for over a month now. I am really not sure what to do. Maybe a break? Maybe talk to her about it? We haven't brought it up for over a month now. Any advice? So, in this case, I do think that we really need to have a very hard look at this woman's nature because what she did is incredibly awful. So let's look at it. So first of all, she ended a 2-year-old relationship over someone that she had met a month ago. And if that's the case, because maybe she had knew that new guy for 3 weeks and she was able to end a 2-year-old relationship in just a month for someone that she had met for only a couple of weeks. But not only that, Opie had left everything behind and was driving across the United States to meet her and start this new life with her, and she didn't have the consideration or the empathy to think about what she had done and the responsibility of what ruining that relationship in that moment would do. She didn't care about the consequences for Opie. She only thought that she had met another man and she wanted to be with that man. This is an incredibly selfish and unconsiderate person overall because she didn't care that Opie was without a job and without a house and that situation could last for months. It could take Opie months for him to recover, and she didn't care. She didn't care because she was with someone new. She didn't care because she had a job and had a place to stay. And I think that when you want to start a life with someone, you want to be with someone that would never want to see you in such situation. You would like to be with someone that wouldn't let the consequences of her actions affect you directly what she deals with absolutely nothing, because nothing bad happened to her. Not only that, because we're not over with this woman. So, after a couple of months, like 3 months, she saw her ex again, and on the spot, she was able to drop that other man to go back to her ex. That is repeated behavior. It's almost like she has been jumping from OP to the new guy and now to OP, and just like it seems like she doesn't know what she wants. And in the moment that something else, something new appears before her, I do think that she will do it again. Because she saw no problem in breaking up with OP in such a delicate situation. She literally saw no problem in breaking up with him after he quit everything in his old home to go find her. Like he literally dropped everything for her and she didn't care. So do you really think that if she finds someone that seems tempting enough in the future, do you really think that she will be able, to stay faithful again, to not drop you again? Opie says that he just cannot shake off the feeling or the thought that she will do it again, and he's not able to fully trust her again. And I don't think that that's his gut talking to him. I don't think that this is the usual fear people that have been cheated on have, that mistrust, that incapability, to go back to that trustful place with partner. I don't think that this is the kind of mistrust people have after they have been cheated on. I don't think this is the case. I think that this is Opie's gut talking to him and telling him, this is not your place, this is not right, we cannot stay here. I do not think this is one of those cases where mistrust have you on the edge. I think that this is Opie's gut telling him that he's not with the right person and that that's not the right place and that he needs to go. I do believe that's the case. And, I have been talking about this before on how sometimes it's much easier to go back to what you know because you know that you were once happy with that person. Like he was happy with this woman for 2 years. So I think that he also had the illusion, he have already imagined his life with her in this new city, the one that they were supposed to have before she broke up with him. So I think that he's going back to that place where he thought that things were going to work out between them. So I do think that Opie here, he's thinking about her from the point before everything bad happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not seeing her as this woman that did these awful things not only to him, but then she did it again to that other guy. He is not seeing her from that point of his life. He is still seeing her or trying to see her in the point of his life before they moved away and they have all of this planned, and he had all of these scenarios in his head of how wonderful and beautiful life was going to be with her because he loved her and they loved each other so much. He's coming from that place in the past. But the thing is that they're no longer there. They are in this new point where she already did all of this stuff as soon as she could, right? So I don't think that Opie is still stuck in that stage of nostalgia, of thinking of, once I used to believe things were going to be great with her, so I don't know why they cannot be great. Things were great before, so I don't see why they cannot be great now. Well, they cannot be great now because she has done these things now that she hadn't done before. So now everything changes. So this is not the same. The relationship and the things between us are not the same anymore. So I do think that Opie needs to leave and he needs to stop fantasizing about the woman that she was and the woman that she could be, and just ignore what she did. Because in this case, what she did speaks louder than everything. And I do not think it's a good idea to stay with someone that finds so easily to drop people whenever she wants. That's never a good sign in someone. You do not want to build a life with someone who found it so easy to drop you like that, because it's not like their relationship was deteriorating with time and that it was almost inevitable, or that moving out was like the last chance they were giving to make the relationship better or to make things better between them. That was not the case. They were super happy together and they were planning on moving together and starting a new life somewhere else together, and out of the blue she dropped him for someone else. And out of the blue, she dropped that other person for him again. And just to add, I don't think that this woman has changed because she has not given herself the time to change. Like in a matter of a month after seeing Opie for the last time, she dropped him for another man. And as soon as she dropped that other guy, she went back to him. So you're talking about someone who has not done any soul searching, or who has taken the necessary time for them to realize the mistake that they have made and how or why they want to make it better with the Opie again. This person has not done any of that. This person is just moving, by the impulse of her emotions, and that's also never a good thing. My advice is that you, Opie, do need to leave, because I don't think it's a good idea to stay with a person like that.